Hey everyone, and welcome. So today, we are diving deep into Gartner's latest guide on supply chain tech. Our goal? To give you a super clear picture of where this whole industry is heading. We're going to explore the absolutely critical role AI is playing and what that really means for your business. Let's get right into it. So, I want to kick things off with a question. In a world that is just constantly changing, is your supply chain actually built to handle the future? Or is it maybe a little bit stuck in the past? The stakes are just getting higher and higher, and the tech is moving faster than ever. Gartner's latest market guides make one thing completely clear. The way we use data to make decisions is changing, and fast. The thing is, the market for these tools is also incredibly fragmented. So our mission today is to cut through all that noise and give you a clear map of what's coming next. Okay, let's start with a big challenge that, honestly, almost every modern supply chain is facing. We're calling it the data dilemma. Businesses are literally drowning in data, right? But they're just thirsty for the actual insights they need to make smart, fast decisions. Now, check out this direct quote from Gartner. This really hits the nail on the head. It's not just about having the data anymore. It's all about using huge, near real-time data sets to make quicker, more collaborative decisions, especially when things inevitably go wrong. And here's the central paradox, the real kicker. Even with all this data flooding in, so much of the important stuff, like prepping the data, spotting patterns, and sharing what you've learned, is still incredibly manual. And that just creates a huge bottleneck, slowing down how fast a business can actually react. So how do we fix this? Well, this is where Gartner's market guide for what they call analytics and decision intelligence platforms comes in. You should really think of it as your map for making sense of this super complex and, frankly, chaotic technology market. So let's be clear about what we're talking about. An ANDI platform. It's way more than just a dashboard that shows you what already happened. Gartner defines it as a system that uses AI to give you predictive analytics, telling you what's probably going to happen next, and even better, prescriptive analytics, which actually recommends what you should do about it. It's that jump from just having data to taking intelligent action. All right, so Gartner carves up this complex market into four main buckets. First, you've got embedded analytics, which are the tools that live right inside the apps you already use. Second, there are these big general-purpose platforms that kind of do a little bit of everything. Third, you have raw analytics engines for when you want to build something totally custom from scratch. But the category we're really zoning in on, and the one Gartner sees as a major growth area, is the fourth one, dedicated supply chain analytics platform. So we've talked about the what. Now let's get into the how. What are the core pieces that actually make these powerful platforms tick? Well, Gartner breaks it down into 5 essential building blocks. Let's walk through this step by step. It all kicks off on the left with the data hub. This is what pulls all your different supply chain data together into one single source of truth. Next, you have powerful algorithms that sift through that data to find patterns and predict what's coming. That intelligence then feeds into a digital twin, which is basically a virtual copy of your entire supply chain where you can run what-if scenarios. From those simulations, the platform generates actionable insights. But it doesn't stop there. The final and arguably most important step is integration. This is what pushes those recommendations back into your other systems to automatically trigger real-world actions. It's a full circle, an intelligent loop from data to decision and back again. Okay, so with that whole framework in mind, who are the actual vendors that Gartner is highlighting in this space? It's a really dynamic market for sure, but some clear leaders are definitely starting to stand out. Now take a look at this. We've got Gartner's list of representative vendors from 2021 right next to the one from 2023. You can see the market is for sure growing, things are changing. But here's what's really telling. Look at the consistency. You see companies like Pluto7 showing up in both reports. That signals a really stable and recognized presence in this super critical market. So the main takeaway here is pretty simple. In a crowded and fast-moving market, consistency really matters. When you see a vendor getting recognized by Gartner year after year, it shows they don't just have the capability, they have stability and proven market validation. If you're looking to invest in this tech, that is a huge signal to pay attention to. All right, let's look forward a bit. Where is all this heading? Gartner has some really powerful predictions that honestly should create a real sense of urgency for any supply chain leader out there. First up, this number, 80%. By 2026, Gartner is predicting that over 80% of brand new supply chain apps will be built with AI and data science at their core. This isn't just some niche trend, folks. This is a fundamental change in how supply chain tech is going to be built, period. And then there's this one. By 2026, 75% of big companies around the world will be using what's called decision intelligence. That means they won't just be making decisions, they'll be systematically tracking and analyzing them so they can learn and get better over time.
So let's put it all together. The future that Gartner is laying out for us isn't just about having better data or faster reports. It's about building entire systems that drive automated, intelligent, and completely traceable decisions. This is the big leap from just having insights to having true decision intelligence.
And that really leaves us with one last really important question to think about. When you look at this huge shift towards automated intelligent decisions, is your business asking the right questions today to make sure you're ready for that future? Thanks so much for watching.